We live in a society where instant gratification has become expected. If you need to check your account balance with your bank account, you don't call the bank and deal with an automated service for 10 minutes. You don't drive up to the ATM. You pick up your phone and you can get your account balance in a matter of seconds. If you need directions to a bar, if you're out of town somewhere, you're not going to go to the nearest gas station and buy a map. You Google the bar, and it takes seconds for you to be able to find it. Sports tend to mirror society. 25 years ago, when a team drafted a player in the NFL or the NBA in the first round of their draft, in most cases, there wasn't an expectation of instant success. When Peyton Manning was drafted by the Colts in the late 90s, there wasn't playoff expectations in his first couple of years. Back then, players were looked at as projects. Now, you fast forward to today, and that's not the case. Take Baker Mayfield, for example. He's basically had a season and a half in the NFL in terms of time on the field. If things don't turn around for him this season, his days as the starting quarterback in Cleveland are done. It is the same in the NBA. Lonzo Ball, he was drafted number 2 overall by the Lakers back in 2017. And before he even stepped foot on an NBA court, the expectations put upon him were sky high. This kid averaged 15, 8, and 6 at UCLA. He is going to dominate the NBA. He's going to turn the Lakers around, turn us into a playoff team. That's what people were saying. Now, the problem, of course, was Lonzo Ball was a project. And that's not a knock on him. I'm not disrespecting him by saying that. It's just the truth. Not every player drafted is going to walk into the NBA and become the next LeBron James. Matter of fact, most players are not. Take a guy like Giannis in Milwaukee. He was drafted by the Bucks back in 2013. He averaged 7 points a game during his rookie season. He wasn't even a starter back then. It took him 4 years before he became a perennial all-star and later on MVP of the league. And now, he's looked at one of the most dominant players in the NBA. Now, what is the difference between Lonzo Ball and Giannis? The difference was expectations. Giannis came into the NBA as an unknown. Expectations were low, if not non-existent, outside of Milwaukee. He had time outside of the spotlight to develop, to grow into the player that he is today. Lonzo Ball was not afforded that luxury. He came into the NBA with the lights shining bright on him, thanks mostly to his father, who was hyping him up to be like the next Michael Jordan. I bring all of this up because there are rumors going around that the New Orleans Pelicans are looking to trade Lonzo Ball. ESPN's Jay Williams reported on Friday that he is hearing that New Orleans is interested in using Ball as a trade asset. Now, there are a couple of reasons that this is gaining a little bit of momentum. One, Lonzo Ball's got an expiring contract. He becomes a restricted free agent after next season. And two, he was absolutely god-awful throughout the restart in Orlando. Many Pelicans fans are actually blaming Lonzo Ball for them missing the playoffs, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. But if these rumors turn out to be true, it would be disastrous. Trading Lonzo Ball would be a monumental mistake by David Griffin. The Pelicans right now, as a team, are a project. And trading away one of the core pieces to this young team, to me, would be inexcusable. In my opinion, Lonzo Ball is one of the most underrated players in the NBA. The one knock on him coming from the Lakers to the Pelicans, and something that fans of the Lakers criticized him for relentlessly, is his shooting. or his lack of ability to shoot. Fred Vinson has changed all that once Lonzo Ball got to New Orleans. Fred Vinson worked wonders with his shot, changed his mechanics, and as a result, he had career highs in points per game, shot 38% from the three-point line. Now, his free throw shooting could use some work, but thanks to Fred Vinson, Lonzo Ball had the best season of his NBA career. For those of you who think it would be a great idea for the Pelicans to trade Lonzo, let me ask you this. If he's gone, if he's traded, who was going to run the offense in New Orleans? Drew Holiday? Not only does Drew Holiday not want to run the point, he's not all that good at it. When Drew Holiday is running the point for the Pelicans, the ball movement stops. Now, Drew Holiday is great at creating his own shot, but he's not great at creating shots for those around him. Zion Williamson is obviously the nucleus of this team in New Orleans, the superstar that holds everything together. But Lonzo Ball is the backbone of this team. He is the facilitator, the guy that keeps the offense going, the guy that gets everyone else involved. The truth is, the New Orleans Pelicans go as Lonzo goes. When he plays well, they win. When he has an off night or he doesn't play up to par, they lose. And if you don't believe me, check this out. Last season, when Lonzo Ball had a good game, a positive plus minus, the Pelicans were 23-6. The rest of the time, New Orleans was 7-36. The Pelicans are going to go as far as Lonzo Ball can take them. One of the reasons that he doesn't get the respect that he deserves is because he is not a typical NBA point guard in today's NBA. Now, for all you youngsters out there that didn't grow up in the 90s, NBA point guards used to be like the quarterbacks of their team. They were responsible for getting other players' points, creating shots for everyone else. Now, in today's NBA, people expect point guards to put up 20, 25 points a game and only have 3 or 4 assists. The expectations of the position is to be like a Damian Lillard in Portland or a Steph Curry. Lonzo Ball, he's more like a Rajon Rondo. These types of point guards are very rare in the NBA right now. Look, Lonzo Ball's never going to be an elite scorer. He is never going to be a Dame Lillard. That's just not who he is. Even though he does have the ability to score when needed. The last 5 games before the regular season was postponed, Lonzo Ball was averaging 21 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists a game. Those are elite level point guard stats. Now, that being said, the Pelicans don't need Lonzo to be an elite scorer. They have plenty of guys around him who can score the ball. Zion Williamson, Drew Holiday, Brandon Ingram, JJ Redick. New Orleans has plenty of players that can score points. What they need Lonzo for is exactly what he does best. Efficiently run the offense, get everyone involved, and play great defense. Lonzo Ball is underrated as a defender. In the NBA right now, there aren't many point guards that are great defenders. Most point guards are concerned about one thing: scoring points. Their coaches have to come up with schemes to hide their inefficiencies defensively. Now, New Orleans doesn't have to do that with Lonzo Ball. The guy's 6'6", got a 6'9" wingspan. Like I said, he is great on the defensive end when he is engaged, when he is focused, when he's not checked out. Now, it is inexcusable that Lonzo Ball was reportedly checked out down in Orlando. As a professional basketball player in the NBA, with an opportunity for the playoffs on the line, that just can't happen. You can't be unfocused. But it is not his fault that New Orleans didn't make the playoffs. I lay the blame on David Griffin and the Pelicans' medical staff. They treated Zion Williamson like a yo-yo, yanking him in and out of the game in 5-minute intervals. Those who are supporting a trade of Lonzo Ball are simply overreacting to an 8-game stretch in which he was god-awful. That is all it is. Trading Lonzo Ball makes 0 sense. New Orleans doesn't have someone that can step in and do everything that he does. And they aren't going to find it on the trade market either. What we need right now in New Orleans is patience. Playoff teams, championship teams, they aren't built in one off season. These guys in New Orleans are developing together. There is no reason to start making drastic changes after only one season and only 20-plus games with Zion Williamson playing with these guys. Lonzo Ball is a unique player who has great chemistry with Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram, and he fits the mold of what the Pelicans are trying to build. Instead of David Griffin picking up the phone looking for trade deals for Lonzo, he needs to be looking for the next head coach, a head coach that can mold this young team, teach them to play team defense, and also teach them how to win. All right, that's all for today. Hit that like and subscribe button for me. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Leave me a comment in the section below. Should the Pelicans trade Lonzo Ball? And if you think they should, tell me a deal that would make it make sense, that would make it worth it for New Orleans. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. If you have any questions, a topic you'd like me to discuss, you can email me at btlkc84@gmail.com. I'll see you guys next time.